Okay, you're listening to 91.3 Lagos Talks. It is time for The Office. And as usual, you know that The Office is proudly brought to you by the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, CIPM, and Lagos Talks 91.3. Today, our topic is on incorporating the decent work agenda to enable sustainability in organizations. And our guest is not a newcomer on the show. He's been here with us before. And I always like to toast them to come back at a later time. So here we are, we have him again. You get to know him in a few minutes in terms of his name. But hey, this man is the managing partner, CEO of Remola's Management Consult, with over 3 decades of experience in organizational leadership, HR expertise, business process improvement, coaching, and consulting. He has held various leadership positions, including a founding president, chairman, Institute of Leadership, Coaching, and Strategy. As a pioneer, Lagos State coordinator, Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance USA, Nigerian chapter. As past vice president, Nigerian Institute of Training and Development, that's NITAD, also member of NIM and chairman of standing ad hoc committees, a fellow of several professional bodies in Nigeria and abroad, as a member of the board of fellows, Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, CIPM, also a member, board of trustees, Institute of Change Management International, ICMI, also a governing council member, Grand Plus College of Education, Ilorin. He has worked with Coca-Cola Hellenic Bottling Company, PLC, and has led numerous leadership and strategic projects resulting in business growth and continuity. He is an international speaker, author, and co-author of several publications, including a compendium of learning management systems. He holds a human resource practitioner's license from CIPM at the moment. 2023-2026. Our guest is Dr. Olasunkade Azeez, FCIPM, Managing Partner, Chief Executive Officer of Remola's Management Consult. Good to have you again, Doctor. How are you doing?
Anchorman, okay. I'm great. How are you? It's
all right.
Nice being here again with
yes,
you.
Indeed.
Talking to
yes,
my
indeed.
professional colleagues in the... Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So today, we're going to take it into a different terrain. And the topic is incorporating the decent work agenda to enable sustainability in organizations. And sustainability is a very important idea right now in the entrepreneurship space, because it's quite important to stay competitive, to stay relevant as a business practitioner, especially in this world we are in right now. So our first question is, what exactly is decent work agenda? What is the decent work agenda, and how does it align with the broader United Nations Sustainability Development Goals, as the SDGs, particularly in the Nigerian context?
Okay, thank you very much, the Anchorman. Once again, I say good afternoon to fellow practitioners in a human resource management community of practice. Let me first of all try to commend the collaboration between CIPM, that is Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, and 91.3 FM on this noble cause to promote and in place decency in the work environment. I sincerely appreciate that. That's just by way of salutation. Now, by way of preamble, when you talk about incorporating decent work agenda to enable sustainability in organization, with your first question, let's first of all look at what is an organization or what is a company. Company in Latin word simply means company. Various people come around, let's bake the bread. In baking the bread symbolically, it's like producing products in the factory. like providing services as you are doing in the studio, like as I'm talking to you as a guest speaker, there must be decency, there must be decorum. We must treat people with some integrity. We must speak from dignity. So, and out of all resources available to any organization, name it: man, which is employee; material, which is input; money, which is capital or fund; machinery, which is equipment; method, which is strategy; minute, which is time. Of all these various valued resources I've mentioned, man is critical. And the criticality of man deserves some decency in the workplace. And that now leads us to what is a decent work. Decent work simply means the concept, right? It's actually very central to objective of the International Labour Organization, ILO, an arm of United Nations you mentioned, which aptly look at that concept at work that is productive and deliver a fair income, security in the workplace, and social protection for families, better prospect for personal development and social integration. It doesn't end there. It also addresses freedom for people to express their concern, organize themselves, and participate in the decisions that affect them and their life or living in any organization. In essence, decent work encompasses several key components or several key elements. What are they? It includes fair income. What do I mean by this? That is, it's all about earning a living wage that allows workers to support themselves and their families. I want you to mind my word: living wage, not a wage that that will not take home the worker from their workplace to their residences. Again, it's all about security. And what do I mean? Security aspect of it addresses having a safe and healthy work environment where protection will be guaranteed from harm and risk of whatever type. It's also about social protection. Human beings, we are social animal, and by the time we are
Just want to confirm that we can reestablish connection with our guests. You're listening tonight to 1.3 Lagos Talks.
nature
Okay, I think we have. Okay. Doctor, are you there? Can you hear us now? Oh dear, I think there is a challenge with them.
Freedom and right. You know, freedom and right is all about ability to express oneself, organize oneself, as I said earlier on, and even participate in decision-making processes. It's all about prospect of development. An employee in the workplace that is decent must not stagnate like pond of water. It's also about work-life balance, having time to rest and leisure and personal activities. I think by way of a response, I think I've been able to actually answer your concern. But if you want me to add sustainability of organization to it, I may. But if you want me to stop there, I can just pause there. Thank you.
I mean, we would maximize the time as much as possible because we have very limited time. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on how adopting decent work principles influence, the morale of the employee, and even overall productivity levels, and even overall well-being. How do you think adopting this can influence that?
Thank you very much. In incorporating the principle of decent work can significantly impact employee morale and productivity. As I always tell people, no organization exists for the purpose of compensating people or rewarding people for effort. It's for results. And for results to actually happen, there must be incorporation of principle of decent work. And what are those impacts? How can it impact the morale of an individual person to be productive? First of all, a decently treated worker is a productive worker, obviously. And what are those things that we do? The impact or effect on an employee. One, it will guarantee improved job security. Decent work principle, you will agree with me, ensure that fair treatment and protection for workers, and reducing anxiety, hopelessness, stress, distress, and what have you. Not only that, it also can guarantee on the morale through fair compensation, paying a living wage, as I mentioned earlier on in my introduction, and providing deserved and merited benefit will go a long way to boost employee satisfaction and motivation. What about safe work environment? It's also a booster, it's a morale booster when it comes to safe work environment. For it to actually impact the morale of individual, there must be guarantee and protection of safety at work. A healthy and safe workplace reduces accident, incident, near misses, injury, and of course, it promotes the well-being and wellness of an individual. It's also about work-life balance. As I mentioned earlier on, encouraging flexibility, work arrangement, and reasonable workload support employee personal, and family needs. Thank you.
Okay. You're listening to 91.3. This is Lagos Talks. The Office happens at this time every week from 4:30 up until 5. We'll go for a quick break, and then we'll come back and speak more to Doctor this evening. You're listening to 91.3. This is The Live Drive.
An exhibition
brought to you by the Apex, and only recognized body for the regulation of the human resources management in Nigeria.
The Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria.
Join us from October 14th to 17th, 2024. This year's theme, Managing People and Businesses for Resilience. Gain insights from top industry experts, network with HR leaders, and explore cutting-edge strategies.
It's not just a conference, it's a unique opportunity to enhance resilience in your organization.
Don't miss out on Africa's premier HR event.
56th International Conference and Exhibition where resilience meets excellence.
For more details, visit www.cipmnigeria.org or email conference@cipmnigeria.org.
See you there.
CIPM, we deliver value through people.
Hey there, sharing is caring, and sharing your phone's hotspot is a great way to help a friend in need. But wait, are you keeping your data safe? Here are smart tips to control your data while sharing your hotspot. Lock down your hotspot with a strong password to ensure there are no data party crashes. Also, remember to change your password frequently to avoid unauthorized use of your data. So, go on, share your connection with loved ones securely, and still have plenty of data left. Visit your mobile operator's website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Association of Licensed Telecoms Operators and the Nigerian Communications Commission.
Tune in to Lagos Talks 91.3 FM every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. for the Alpha Married course, where each session begins with fun, insightful topics that are relevant for every couple, like good sex, conflict resolution, strengthening family connections, and lots more. Courtesy of the Daniels, Alpha Married Course Nigeria.
Mama, that's 20,000 naira wolf. Pikin, who dey dash 20,000 naira for this kind time? That dey dash everybody wey get smart cash account 20,000 naira. Go dash me 20,000 naira a wolf too. Yes, so mama, that dey dash all old and new smart cash users 20,000 naira a wolf.
Oh yeah, tell your yard people, make them dial *939# or download Smart Cash app to open their own account. Make themselves enjoy 20k a wolf. Every time when you buy airtime or pay bills with Smart Cash, you go chop inside your 20k. Terms and conditions dey sha.
See my own wolf.
Smart Cash, powered by Airtel.
Experience sound like never before with Skull Candy. Discover life at full volume with our headphones, earbuds, earphones, speakers, and more. It doesn't matter what your style is, from music lover to the game nerds to fitness enthusiasts. We've got you covered with exceptional sound quality, simple controls, and super affordable prices. We are here to make your listening experience even more exciting. Sweat? Never mind that. If you work out a serious sweat or find yourself in a light rainstorm, thanks to our water-resistant technology. And no, sure they won't fall out. Only Skull Candy headphones are custom tuned to deliver music you can feel, from the lyrics in your soul to the bass in your bones. Enrich your life. Shop at www.skullcandy.ng or visit our physical store at the Landmark Boulevard. To get a discount on your purchase, pay with Sparkle. Skull Candy. Find your frequency.
Welcome back. You're listening to the live drive. This is still The Office. It is brought to you by CIPM and Lagos Talks 91.3. Our guest is still with us. He is Dr. Olasunkade Azeez, FCIPM, Managing Partner, Chief Executive Officer of Remola's Management Consult, RMC. So we have a lot more questions to push across our guest, but we'll just push this one and see how time could permit to take the rest. So, Doctor, what would you say are the common obstacles organizations encounter, when implementing decent work agenda, and how can these obstacles be addressed?
Okay, so before I address that, let me just try to round up the last concern, the question you asked about the effect of decent work on the morale of the individual worker in the workplace. By way of just rounding up over there, it enhances employee morale and engagement. It increases productivity and efficiency. It improves job satisfaction and retention, better reputation and attractiveness to top talent, and equally impact positively on society, the employee, the organization, which is the employing organization, and of course the environment. And of course, the employer of labor organization needs to remember that decent work is a win-win situation for employee, for employer, society as a whole. Now back to the question of what are the challenges? As I said earlier on, decent work agenda basically is a framework adopted by International Labour Organization, an arm of UNO, that aim basically to promote decent work for all workers, regardless of whatever their background, their faith, and what have you. Nevertheless, while implementing the decent work, there might be some common challenges. And what are they? One, limited resources. In implementing decent work agenda, there might be some things that require significantly resources, including time, including money, including personnel. Small and medium enterprise organization with limited budget might be able to have what I call a containment constraint. They may be struggling to actually allocate appropriate resources to ensure decency, the way and manner workers are being treated. What of resistance to change? Resistance to change. Changing existing policy, practices, and workplace culture can be difficult, and especially, I meant by what, especially if there is resistance from management, from employee, or both. It takes two to tango. And if there's a resistance, it could also be a challenge. Other challenge include lack of data and metrics. How do I mean by that? Organizations may struggle to collect and track necessary data, basically to measure their progress they are making in implementing decent work agenda. Competing priorities. Organizations may actually have competing priority and demand, making it challenging to focus on implementing the decent work agenda in the workplace. What of limited awareness and understanding? Some organizations, you agree with me, may not fully understand the decent work agenda or its benefit, which can actually make implementation more challenging. What of cultural language barrier, regulatory framework, supply chain complexity, limited stakeholder engagement, on and on and on and on. We have many of them.
All right. Just to wrap it up, I will have asked you more questions, but because of our time, we need to wrap up right now. But what guidance would you offer to organizations just beginning to explore the integration of decent work principles into their operations and culture? What's going to be your advice to such organizations in a nutshell as we wrap things up?
Okay, number one, decent agenda should be a policy. It should be an enduring culture, not just something that come and go. And of course, leadership have to set the tone by ensuring there's some policy statement that actually get that done. Again, why getting results? Human being must be treated like one. A key performance indicator should go beyond mere task-driven. It should rather be, it's not KPI, which means key performance indicator, should also translate to keep people informed, keep people involved, keep people inspired, keep people interested, as I said once again. In other words, when, you know, a decently worker is a productive worker, and they will go a long way to enhance the sustainability of any organization. I at least appeal to them to ensure decency. Of course, regulators, the Federal Ministry of Labor, and some other regulators, they should also look out for decency. And I must also thank an organization like NECA. I know part of their annual assessment of organization, they look for decent worker, the environment, the processes, the procedure, and what have you. All this go a long way to sustain organization with decent human being in a decent workplace for decent work, and at the same time, decent product, and then decent result. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Olasunkade. Thank you indeed for joining us this evening on the office. We need to say that there's more to this conversation. We will definitely have you at another time, hopefully, so we can talk deeper into this issue. But thank you once again, and do have yourself a splendid evening.
I'm always at your service.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure having me again. Goodbye.
All right. This has been The Office, and it happens between 4:30 and 5 on Thursdays like this on Lagos Talks 91.3. Of course, you know that The Office is proudly brought to you by the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, CIPM, and Lagos Talks 91.3. Until next week, Thursday, we'll converge again, and of course, we'll have a good time on critical thinking in The Office. Up next, speaking of thinking, it's actually critical thinking coming up next in a few seconds from now. Don't go anywhere. This is 91.3 on Lagos Talks.
In labs, live drive, 18 billion people.
All right,
so they have a voice. This is Lagos Talks, 91.3.
Revolution is here.
We are Lagos Talk 91.